Hey guys, so today's video I'm going to be doing a regular eyeshadow tutorial, but I'm going to do a different technique. So recently I was wondering like what separated like celebrity makeup artists' work from like Instagram people. I know it's obvious there's a difference. I mean, like the finished product of how a celebrity makeup artist does their eyeshadow versus how like we do our makeup for Instagram on day to day. There's nothing wrong with either one. I just was curious as to how celebrity makeup artists do their eyeshadow and how it looks kind of different. So one thing that I noticed, one difference is that they do sort of like a layering technique where they put more than one eyeshadow on top of each other to create like a unique look. That's why makeup artists' work are kind of different, because they're not using just one eyeshadow for an entire look. So I'm going to try to come up with a look with using that eyeshadow layering technique. So we're gonna get started. First, I'm going to prime my eyelids with just a concealer, and today's concealer I'm using is the Maybelline Master Conceal, and this is in the shade light medium. And then I'm just going to take on a synthetic brush and apply this to my lid, and this is going to prime for our eyeshadows. Now after I blend in my eyeshadow base, you want to make sure that you set it with a cream color eyeshadow. Now this is just going to keep the concealer from creasing. Now if you use an eyeshadow base, sometimes those dry immediately, so you don't have to use an eyeshadow to set it. But because I use concealer majority of the time, I always have to set it. So for this look, I think I'm just going to use the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette and the Melt Cosmetics Dark Matter stack. I was looking at the shadows and it seems like these are the only eyeshadows I think I'm going to need for the look I'm going to try to accomplish today. That was a lot of words. Unnecessary, but that was a lot of words. I just hit my funny bone. That's never funny. I don't know why they call it that. I'm going to begin with Blurr from the Dark Matter stack, and I'm going to apply this as my transition color. We got that in our crease. Now I'm going to switch to a mixture of Enigma and Ada. I'm going to take these shadows on a Sigma E25 brush, and I'm going to begin this on the lower lash line, and I'm going to go straight out. Once I get it out like that, I'm going to switch to bring it into the crease. Now this brush is great for this because it is a flat brush, so you're able to blend as well as have a more precise placement than the fluffy brush that we used first to do the transition color. So I'm going to keep building up this color because this is going to be like our guide for what to not go outside of. My eyes kind of look like Star Wars or something. Now we're going to go back into that transition shade and just make sure that those edges are blended well. Next, I'm going to take the shade Makeda and apply this in the center on my lid. And we're going to go back into the shadows that we used in our crease. At this point, it's definitely okay to be a little nervous because I'm getting nervous. But we're going to push through it because I know we can do it. Now here's where I'm going to start layering. I just wanted that purple underneath it to give like the shadows that I'm going to use on top a purple hue. So next we're going into Cairo, this orange shade, and I'm going to apply this directly on top. So now I'm going to do a mixture of Enigma and Dark Matter on that same Sigma E25 brush, and I'm going to do this exactly like I did that reddish shade in the beginning, and I'm going to start on the lower lash line, kind of wing it out and put it into the crease. Now I'm going back in with shadows to just blend this out. Now I'm going to take Casablanca and layer this on top as well. And then with this champagne shade right here, I'm going to take that on a small brush, and this is going to be my brow bone highlight. Whoa. That is really bright, but that's okay, because okay, here we go. Here's a tip. If you have a too bright brow bone highlight, do not leave it like this. I always take my finger. I'm going to put a bit of white liner in my waterline, and I'm using the NYX Jumbo eye pencil in the shade Milk, which I am convinced that this gets in my eye, okay? So to prevent that, I'm going to set it with a white eyeshadow. I don't think it's for in your waterline. I guess I should say that part. I don't think it's for this step of makeup. It's for on top of your eye. And then I'm not gonna let my eye go. Then I'm going to pick up some white shadow and go on top of that. All right, now that I look kind of scary, I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line, and I'm going to use those two shades that I used in my crease, Enigma and Dark Matter. Start with the black and put it on the outer corners and connect it with the shades on my lid. And then I'm going to take my Sigma E45 brush into Enigma, and I taught you guys this in my last video. You want to load up your brush with this and then press it on top of the black shadow and then blend it out. It's okay if you bring it too far down, because when you put on concealer, you'll clean it up. Or if you don't wear face makeup, then you could just take a makeup wipe and clean it up. Now I'm going to go back in with that Casablanca shade, the last shade that I layered on top. And I'm going to put this in the inner corners of my eye. For my lips, I'm going to line them with MAC Chestnut lip pencil. And then I'm going to fill in the center with Blinking Beaute Twiggy liquid lipstick. And that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. When I sat down, I didn't have an idea in mind as to what colors I was going to use. I just knew I wanted to do the eyeshadow layering technique that I've been seeing. And I think I did a pretty good job. I'm going to keep testing out this technique because I really like it. It gives a different look to eyeshadows versus if I would have just put on a gold eyeshadow. So yeah, if you guys decide that you want to recreate this look, make sure that you tag me in your photos, because I want to see. I want to like your picture. I want to comment. Who's ready for Tailor Your Makeup Week? Me. It's going to be in a couple of days. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a few days. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to keep yourself updated on my new videos, and I promise I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.